So I'm going to give it a couple seconds so some participants start showing up. And yeah, my name is Wes Balmer. I'm Vice President of Customer Success here at Tailos Robotics, and I'm here with my friend.
Hi, everyone. This is Cristina, and I am the product trainer here at Tailos. Very excited to be here.
Thank you so much for taking time to speak with me today, Cristina. I see that we have some guests joining in. Just want to remind everybody, this is a live show, and I encourage anybody that's listening in to write questions into the chat box. Cristina and I will talk about, we'll have an opportunity at the end of the live stream to go through some questions and provide some answers. So today's topic, we're discussing the Tailos training program. Again, my name is Wes Balmer. I'm Vice President of Customer Success. I'm here with my team member.
Hi, everyone. This is Cristina Canete, and I am the product trainer here at Tailos.
Fantastic. Cristina, you and I work together to launch Tailos products at our customer properties all across the country. The Tailos training program consists of multiple events from start to finish that ensure that the product is successful at the customer property on day one. The white glove deployment is the absolute highest level of service that we provide. It ensures that when you get the product and you get the training, you get the absolute best service. We arrive to your property, we perform all of the unboxing procedures. There's minor setup that is needed on the robot so that it can perform its best at your property. And then inside of a banquet space or a large meeting room, we perform training with as many participants as possible. All of the training elements start 2 weeks before the date that we come on site and perform training. When we meet with the team the first time, we go through all of the pre-launch tasks, all of the Wi-Fi setup tasks, and we get everything ready so that the launch day goes off smoothly. Wi-Fi is an incredibly important topic, and I just want to touch on this real quick, but not at sidetrack. Wi-Fi is incredibly important, especially during the first 6 weeks of usage, so that we can provide data to the housekeeping operations team so that they're able to see how well the team is using the product. And then we're also able to provide support. We are strong advocates of inviting as many attendees as possible to these kickoff events. They're very exciting. It's a trade show style experience. We bring a booth, we bring a banner, we bring sweets, we bring treats. It's a bunch of fun, and it's right first thing in the morning. And so we ask that as many people as possible come to this training session. Here's some photos of past events. This is a recent launch at the Hilton Anatole. Another property with a decent sized team. A very large team on the beaches of Florida. And then an even larger team in a large banquet space conducting training. So let's talk about the first 6 weeks, habit building, product adoption, and results. So Cristina, you lead this program. Tell me a little bit about what you do on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah, so for me, I focus with product training, and my goal is to really focus on the training objectives and pay attention to also building relationships with the audience and the staff. So making sure, as you said, right, we build habits, we collaborate as a team within like customer success to deliver a great training experience. And as you said, right, we're waking up in the morning, getting that energy. My main goal is to help housekeeping, but also build those relationships. And I think it's so important. And yeah, just also making sure that we're engaged. And again, I emphasize this because it's so important, training on the objectives.
Yeah, that's a good point. The early adoption period of our product, the first 6 weeks are so important. There's check boxes that we're trying to hit where we see our users meet usage goals. All of these are strategically built out so that the friction that can be seen during technology adoption in housekeeping, we overcome those challenges. Bringing technology into this industry, it can be challenging. It's very challenging in terms of change management. The first 6 weeks, building strong habits and giving the team members the best opportunity to get comfortable with the tool, we really focus on that. So Cristina, tell me, what do you focus on from a training perspective on day one that carries through for the first 6 weeks?
So when it comes to our day one, we want to make sure that we know where the storage location is. We also want to know what the team strategy is. Are they focusing on hallways, banquets, rooms? So I really dive deep with housekeeping. When it comes to day one, I like to walk with them, make sure that I learn from them as well, because I think it's a two-way um, learning experience. And yeah, then we build on that as well.
Fantastic. It's interesting. The storage facilities at these properties can be very different. Isn't that right?
Oh yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's more of, again, going with housekeeping, make sure we know what they're doing for their day to day, and understand that as well. And I think for me personally, it's empowering their staff, and being mindful that we're also making an impact when it comes to their well being. So that having that in mind as well.
That's cool. There's this book that I've been reading that I really like. It's called Switch, and what it does is it helps narrow the path, right? Describing these customer journeys as very critical touch points that are needed in order for us to achieve success. This habit building exercise that we perform, we're sending reports. So customer success managers send weekly reports. We have regular meetings with the housekeeping supervisors team and the general manager. We are sending reports, and then we're tracking usage so that we're able to maintain our momentum as we're meeting those goals. The first day that we perform training, what are some of the interesting things that the housekeepers learn when they come back at the end of the day for the recap?
For them, it's the experience of it, learning that the robot also has its own brain, and also how much helpful it can be. And one of the things that, for example, at Dallas Anatole, we all were able to observe, it's prepping the room and how essential that is for a good usage and good performance. So it's always, as you said, right, different for different training events, but we always like to adapt and learn from it as well.
Yeah. It's interesting, right? I remember at that event, I think that was one of the events where we had seen that we had discovered a power user early on. So everyone that's listening in, remember the robot is a tool that the housekeeping team, it's their companion, right? This is the new tool that they take with them on a daily basis as they're servicing the hotel. They become extremely familiar with the way that the robot operates, and the power users find kind of hacks in order to get the robot to perform faster. This is the hotel where we experienced one of the housekeepers just manually stopping the robot because they were happy with the clean. Is that right?
Yeah, I remember it was one of the bigger suites there, and what we experienced is just how much dust and debris the robot was picking up. So for me, it was great to see how, I have allergies, so it's like, okay, this is high performing, and it's good for just everyone in general. So I remember the housekeeper was able to improve with time and efficiency. So that was a pretty cool outcome to see after training.
Cool. I'm going to hand it over to you, and so we can talk about some of the gamification stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. So when it comes to training, we do love having fun. And for gamification, it is important because it helps with training. And the three reasons, right? It's because high engagement, right? Motivation, and for the trainer, knowledge retention. So I'm able to check for understanding, check how well the learning, adapting the training as well. And yeah, increase engagement. It makes it fun and interactive, leading to higher participation as well, and active involvement. And yeah, we just get to have fun while learning. People are more motivated as well, and it's just a great way to close the training event as well.
What I'm really impressed with is the way that we're able to integrate the gamification with the testing and the validation of knowledge. Some of the reports that you sent, we're able to see that the games that we've created inside of the tool that you use, it's a good way to validate knowledge. How does that help you improve the training as we leave the property?
Yeah, well, that's actually a great question. Immediate feedback, right? We get that feedback in real time, because right when the game is over, or even when people are responding, you get to see the answers. everyone gets to do that. And what I like to tell the staff is like, hey, you can use a nickname. You don't have to put your name because people are shy, but we still get to track the person as well and the learning. And that's great for us to give feedback right when it right after training, and also again check for understanding and measurement. And it's pretty cool to measure the training.
Yeah, it is. I'm really impressed with the way that we've built that curriculum. It establishes a very solid foundation so that we're able to ensure that all of the housekeepers receive knowledge in the same way, and they're adequately trained to use the product. It's pretty cool. What else can you tell me about your plans for gamification? I know that you've been working with other teams as well. What's in the works for gamification?
Well, I want to make it simple as well. I know I have decks that I've built when it comes to. I really want to make it a teamwork experience as well. Like if I have a group of 5, if I have even 3 people, what can we do to make it fun? Maybe it could be a Jeopardy game, right? Or Family Feud. Like there's so many topics that we can make here at Tailos. Brand our own games, right? So I feel like collaboration, teamwork would be one of the strategies I'd like to move forward with, especially with smaller groups.
No, that's awesome. I'm going to go ahead and just remind everybody that's watching. I see that a question came in through the audience. So this is a live show. We encourage anyone to jump in, join, ask us questions, and we'll provide answers live on air. But I'm going to go ahead and jump into the questions and answers portion real quick. So who wants to take this? This comes in from Roberto. I noticed that the robot vacuum has a screen. I must admit it took some time to learn how to use my new iPhone, so I'm wondering if operating the robot vacuum is just as challenging. Do you want to take this?
Sure. So when it comes to the screen, the way I like to train is press it. It's as simple as pressing and walking away. We do have other touch screens, right, that will give you if it needs an error. But other than that, it's more of press play, walk away. And also we have the notifications as well for your phone. So ultimately, it's more of pressing play, walking away, and letting the robot do the run. So at the very end, you can see the robot return to the same place.
No, that's a good, yeah. The design philosophy of our entire customer experience is this press play, walk away. So there's nothing else to it. Other technologies require steep learning curves in order to integrate the technology into your operations with week-long trainings and just a very heavy amount of knowledge that you need to learn. On the front of our screen, there's a simple play button. All you have to do is press that play button, whether you're in a hallway, a banquet space, a room, any of those places, just press the play button. Cool. I don't see any other questions in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and end this early. Cristina, thank you so much for your time today. Anything else you want to say before we leave?
No, thank you so much. I really enjoyed chatting and always happy to learn from you. I know that just sharing the energy and the enthusiasm is great. So very excited to be here, and thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Cristina. Bye, everyone.